Hello and welcome back to Rogue Trader. We are finishing off Act 3 right now. We are outside the, I think, final section of Camorra, the Spire of the Reaving Tempest. Yirelette has gone on ahead of us to investigate what happened to her Cruder Comies. And Marazai here he's got something inside that we gotta go find. But our goal is to get to the webway portal inside of here and get the hell out of here. Get out of this suckhole. Ow, ow. No, Legion, get out of there. No getting shot.
The world trembles beneath my feet.
So I guess we got traps.
You're always praying, Cog. Don't you ever bore yourself? Do you even know what fun is?
Sinister Labyrinth is a death trap.
The concept of humor has been detected in the catalog. Demonstration. An ignorant layperson, a low status candidate for servitorization, and a blasphemous orphan thief walk into a bar deprived of the omnicized blessing.
Finish the joke.
That wasn't so difficult.
I can't believe he would give us the setup. Nothing else. Here I am starting a new Rogue Trader run. Will I ever leave the early game? It's always so hard. I've beaten the first act so many times. I'm actually really excited because by the end of today, we're going to see content that I've never seen before.
Would you look at that?
I've only gotten to the end of Act 3. Not that I can remember much of it.
Do you see that?
And I've never done Act 4 and Act 5, which are meant to be quite short. But I'm excited to see what they're all about. So, you got blep blaps coming that way.
Powers unseen uncover my path.
Can I go? Probably don't do that.
Should I divine?
Probably don't do that.
Better than nothing.
Legion, get out of there. Oh, my poor little robots, so dumb. The view of the intertwining and intricate passages of the labyrinth fascinates and draws the eye.
The whispers told me a secret.
Traps?
Triumph is my birthright. Embrace true power.
So let's turn this gun off. Then we can get that loot. All right, so we're just gonna have to go around in a couple different ways here, I guess.
You belittle me with this.
82% chance on that test.
Do you see that?
Activate. Is this the webway? No. It is a fancy blast pistol, a nice sniper rifle.
The world will bow.
Mazrahai strides among the mysterious Xeno devices and presses his palm to one of the strange pieces resembling a pedestal. With a hiss, one of its sides suddenly opens like an airlock. The Drukhari begins to examine the contents of the container. The thuds and clangs of objects being moved about ring harshly in the otherwise silent space. Meanwhile, your eyes are involuntarily drawn to the particular devices that fill the room. After the anatomical opera, you don't have the slightest doubt about the purposes of the device around you. You think you've seen some of them before in the Homunculus' laboratory. Others are even more obscure in their design, but the gleaming needles, cutting blades, and tubes and flasks filled with revolting liquids give a clear indication of the horrors they can wreak upon a living body. Lord Captain, for the Emperor's sake, we need to move. Step closer to the torture device. As you gaze upon the machine's strange articulations, the tubes that end in sharp-tipped needles and the instruments in the most bizarre shapes, you begin to have a slight suspicion about what these devices do to their victims. Chemical injections, dismemberment, mental torment. For a moment, your stomach churns at the thought of what it means to be subjected to these tools. The Chamber of Satiation. The Drukhari turns to you holding something in his hands. A place of reflection and pleasure. This is where racks do their tinkering, working on new captives in anticipation of a hungry capitalite who will appreciate their artistry. If Travantius' servants were here, I could show you more, biggest Turg. He chuckles as if he had made a joke, and his eyes are turning bright embers. For instance, how to skin a monkey without killing it, or how to turn an Eldari into material for a charming trinket that will delight you for the rest of your life. But alas, another time. Your interest pleases me. Here, take this. Consider it a reward for your diligence. He gives you 2 Xenospasm grenades. We have a lot of these right now. Shame I'd never used grenades. The chambers in the heart of this spire, not far from the Webway Gate. Perhaps there I will find what my soul so desperately craves. Let us hurry.
I tread a path unexplored.
Loot, loot, loot. Muffled cries of pain come from the impenetrable darkness. How do I get down there? I missed that loot. My silly little servo skulls. I mean, at least they don't get wounds, so them getting shot 100 different times is not really a huge issue.
Grovel.
Doop, 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 doop.
Let's see the opportunity.
Agent on high, agent on high, agent on high.
Carry on. Hello. Welcome back for 45 months. Whoa. Getting up there. We getting up there with age, old man. Thank you so much for the support. Hope you're doing well. Welcome, welcome to the end of Act 3. All right, where are we next? Up this way?
Powers unseen, uncover my path.
Up that way? Up this way? Medicaid?
Just as preordained.
This corpse was dismembered and reassembled, apparently while still alive. Numerous stitches and burns indicate that the surgeon was not concerned with humane treatment. No, that doesn't really sound like the Drukhari way, so... I feel like we're getting up too high here. What's this way? I haven't seen a way to turn that off yet, so...
Intriguing.
Would you look at that?
Maybe we keep going a little bit more here. No, that's the main hall. Okay. This may just call for somebody running across. Oh, Vesper. Okay, hold on here. Where's Marizai?
Suffering is an acquired taste, and I'm eager to enlighten those who lack natural discernment. You delegate this menial task to me.
Problem solved? Problem solved. Ooh.
None could possibly accomplish this.
We've got
Get yourself a little
job
bit
to do,
electrocuted.
gas bucket.
Took you long enough.
That's okay. We got medkits for days, honestly. Judging by the marks on his body, this unfortunate Xenos was sewn together from several individuals of the same species and then ripped 3 modified Eldari hearts out of its own chest. Lovely.
Impossible.
Marizai, stop
How may
failing
I serve
really
you,
high
Lucy?
percentage checks.
This will help.
Better than nothing.
Just because I'm made of medkits don't mean I want to spend them all on you. A research report. How are we doing today? Just started your second part of summer vacation. Oh, dude, that's the dream right there. Very nice. I'm doing okay. I think I'm maybe a little bit sick. I seem to be fighting something in my sinuses. But I'm doing well, man. Had a nice weekend. Spent some time out touching grass. Spent some time just treating myself. It was delightful. Very delightful. I'm excited to get to the new content in Rogue Trader and wrap up very soon. The thick stack of pages made with a strange material has been hastily tied to a coarse piece of string. Pages are covered in sharp, uneven handwriting and have brown stains on them. Goal, several-fold increase in Veil energy. Enhancing the Veil connection will require merging the minds of 4 specimens, 2 male and 2 female, selected among Krutark Farseers. Aside from their Veil connection, the specimens have no common traits. Merging process expected to be fascinatingly painful. The hearts of 3 Eldari placed inside the thorax of the 4th, the most resilient. Redundant original heart removed. Other organs preserved. Specimen conscious throughout the surgeries. Despite the blockers, the partial brain transplants were accompanied by several energy discharge, resulting in equipment damage. The integrated subject was punished by an intramuscular injection of an acidic solution that erodes soft tissue from the inside. Subject stable and controllable, undergoing significant physical and psycho-emotional distress as the Eldari minds are becoming aware of the situation. The energy discharges increase every time the blockers are eased and pain receptors are directly stimulated, confirming the expected result. In order to intensify the pain experience, the subject will be nourished by essences of its own torture. The Eldari consciousnesses are trying to consume one another, and perhaps in order to lower the net pain awareness, the subject must continue to be saturated with its autogenic agony with added psychotrank injections. Enhance the subject's physical strength with internal bone tissue disintegration. After that, the notes become indecipherable.
Embrace
man.
power.
These guys are nuts. Medicaid?
Shame and dishonor.
Failed. Only a silhouette can be seen. Farser's body is covered with fresh wounds, the edges turning blue and rotten. Deliverance as the activation code word. Excellence. Sequential joint removal starting with the fingers. Procedure resulted in death as every previous instance the body reformed and regrowed. Internal organs excised and placed into an alkaline solution. The agony strengthens the connection to the veil, but the body is weak. Body is disintegrating faster with each new assembly. The subject survived for 4 minutes longer compared to previous resurrection. Physical torture has been discontinued. Cardiac arrest recorded 19 minutes later. Audiovisual headband placed on the subject's head to broadcast images of its suffering kin. Subject in possession of all previous knowledge, including memories of pain and death, and therefore fully compliant. Phenomenal strengthening of the veil connection observed, but the body survives for no longer than 3 minutes under any set of conditions. My goodness. Discovery queue this week. Pretty blah. Is it worth taking a look at? Not really. The Discovery queue? No. I don't think there was like a single game in there worth its salt. The little whispers in my head are going crazy. Lots of knocking at the door. All the visitors from the other side who can't wait to share the last vision they had before they died.
You belittle me with this.
Ooh. Special privilege shield. After leaving a combat tactics area, the wielder retains its effects until they move into another area. That's pretty good. Recoil war boots. Whenever the wearer attacks an enemy behind cover with a ranged attack, cover efficiency is decreased by 40%. Minus 15 recoil. Put those with the recoil gloves, and I bet we can get very low recoil. Increase the rate of fire for the wearer's weapon by +1. Each time an enemy is killed, perplex is inflicted on all other enemies. These are some good items. Frozen in elegant poses on the intricate game board are figures of Drukhari and Asuri, carved with great skill from onyx and wraithbone. Take the board.
The world will bow.
Huh. Interesting. I remember that event the last time I was here, and I had like a whole bunch of checks around it. Both of them need to come with me here. I can't believe I'm going to say it, but I'm gonna leave Big A out, just in case I need Pascal's skill checks. Though, actually, no. I need a tank. This is probably combat.
Place in the galaxy.
Annoying that she replaces someone in my party here. Not overly fond of that.
None are better at searching.
Ooh. Good eye. Vesper, you go there. Cabela goes here, and Big A goes here. Well, might as well put you there. You know what, Cabela? I'm just gonna charge you up.
The shadows will see it done.
And let you pass a turn. Wait for these guys to get a little closer. Back, hello. Just your average homunculi, Drukhari really are the worst. Yeah, they're pretty awful. Ain't no doubt about it. They are pretty bad.
On it. Was that you? Or
we might as well grab one of these guys in the back. Oh. Instantly died. Very good shot.
damn! What was the command again? Oh, right.
Just blast a few of them. Now, is there a reason I can't disarm this trap while I'm standing here?
Triumph is my birthright.
Oh no, there we go. It was just being picky. So you're in a bit. There we go. If I charge this way, I'll still be in range of him. So I can stab them both at the same time. And then... yeah, I mean, you also have 140 dodge and 79 armor, so I think you're meant to just chill.
With grace and malice.
Just turn invisible so you're low priority. And it does seem like everybody is pretty much going to run to me.
One step closer. I will not stoop to this.
I guess the disadvantage is by sending him out there, he is not in range for all these buffs, which I kind of forgot about.
Beckons.
But that's okay.
I'll return this favor tenfold. I need no guidance.
Okay. Two of those guys drop.
Anything is? What an unfortunate turn of fate.
Okay, warp blast is not that bad. Just 5 damage to everybody. I should probably chill out a little bit though.
I am not your Xenos pet monkey.
Xenos monkey pet.
Another soul slips beyond the veil.
If you don't mind taking a shot, then you're good. And now it's your turn to start shooting everybody. Unfortunately, you're not like a particularly well built character right now, because I didn't think we were going to be using you that much, slash at all.
If it serves your cause.
But say la vie.
Xenos pet monkey.
Can you pop that guy?
If it serves your cause.
Shoot. Should have used it in my sights there, but forgot to use it.
I answer the call.
Alright. Big A.
Follow my lead. Will pay dearly for your actions.
Coming into town. Let's give you Reckless Strike. And then let you cleave. Okay, okay. Do, 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 do.
I bring mercy and retribution. My blade whispers your name.
How come that guy just took 0 damage from a critical hit? This creature can make 3 attacks per round and is completely immune to damage.
Let your soul be purged. Caught by the web.
You too, I guess.
I will leave footprints of scarlet. Trust me. Now, the other side awaits.
Didn't quite go as planned, but what are you gonna do? You know, what are you gonna do about it? He'll go berserk and then explode, and then Adara's turn is just over. I mean, those guys are both invincible right now, so... So is this guy, maybe? So is this guy?
Behold. Don't distract me. You will pay dearly for your action.
He is no longer invincible.
One step closer.
So we can at least do that.
Triumph. Purpose guides me.
And then...
I will triumph.
Yeah, that guy's still invincible. I don't know if the... I was going to say the bleed stacks, if they'd still add up there, but...
No more.
All right. Just trigger on him. Parry, parry, parry. You're no longer invincible. This guy's no longer invincible. They are still invincible? Okay, never mind. That guy is not, though. Unfortunately, I can't get there unless I go through Mazerhai, so... Just buff yourself up, baby. Ooh. Bella, you're that low on movement?
I shall not fail. As the tenets demand. Death is a blessing.
Slice and dice.
I am your blade and shield.
Then come back here. Oh, that guy's done being invincible as well.
Bring it on.
That being said, I think I don't need to warp kill him. Puppies are riot. Not enough puppies. I don't have any puppies. I don't own puppies. I've never owned puppies. I mean, it's a fair thing to riot over, though. Can't really knock you. What's the most heretical thing we've done so far this run? We plunged a planet into a demon world. I feel like that counts as pretty heretical. It's definitely up there on the list. Laboratory crammed with mechanism and devices unknown to you. And a journal of observations. Worshipping the strange moon, the evil one. I mean, we also pledged ourselves to a chaos god. There was that planet we went to that we met a chaos god who was like, hey, let me, or a chaos demon that was like, let me be in charge of this planet. And we were like, absolutely, no problem. Give us a tithe and we'll let you run this place into the ground. That sounds pretty heretical. What's the most heretical thing you've done IRL? Oh, probably the incident. The journal entries are written in an angular but surprisingly tiny hand, as if the writer deliberated meticulously over each word. The notes are supplemented by diagram and formula. The first was remind as too aggressively resisting external influence. The mind maggot perished instantly upon being introduced, which has never been observed before. Interesting. As punishment, the subject was placed in vibro shackles that chip away at the bones. Mind maggot has been enhanced with a power implant. Subject placed in red hot metal capsule during the induction. Despite the pain, the parasite in its system, the subject succeeded in addressing the veil. Parasite destruction detected 2 minutes into the presence. Mind maggot enhanced with poison that suppresses the host's functions and placed inside. Vital functions persist, yet no sign of compliance on part of the host. Unacceptable. Subject punished by partial skin removal and suspension by the detached areas of skin. God, these guys are awful. Experiment finished, result negative. For as long as the subject remains capable of combating the mind maggot's presence, pain is the only available method of suppression. Subject to be placed in a capsule with slowly rotating blades. Yeesh. As your lawyer, I suggest not answering the question. For you, it was downloading Uma Musume. That's pretty heretical.
The shadows reveal their secrets.
Powers unseen.
This strange capsule emits a barely perceptible buzz. Thick walls barely contain the sounds coming from within of a living and tormented creature.
I caught sight of something.
Break that. Pick up this loot. Pick up this loot. Lord Z knows this.
Can't do anything without me.
Set of symbols looks unfinished, as if you only have half of the mysterious message in front of you.
Intriguing.
Ooh. Webway resonance device required to open a webway gate. Now we can open the webway. Wraith bone woven battle suit. This armor restores X wounds, toughness wounds, each round when the wearer has any number. Oh. Restores wounds if you're bleeding or burning. Whenever the wearer performs a melee area attack, they gain 5% dodge reduction and parry reduction for each target affected by that attack for the next melee attack. That might be good on Kibs. For each kill, the wearer increases their critical hit chance by 5%. Also very good on you. Dodge reduction and parry reduction or critical hit chance. Honestly, I think critical hit chance.
Let's seize the opportunity.
Watch your steps.
So many landmines around.
Triumph is my birthright.
Lord Xenos?
You delegate this menial task to me.
So I clearly have both halves, which means I should be able to do whatever this is. You're lucky this is a maximum heresy stream. I sent away Mr. Law because he was getting annoying, but now I don't know who I should pick as my 6th. It's me doing AoE ranged, Blade Lady, Space Elf Cassia, totally legit Psychic Lady who might actually want to replace because I think she can always trigger Psychic Phenomena. Yeah, Adira is meant to trigger Psychic Phenomena. Like, you have to use the items on her that trigger Perils of the Warp and Psychic Phenomena. That's how she gets good. So she's a gamble. She's always a gamble to use in your party, but she absolutely slaps once she ramps up. An unseen mechanism whirs to life.
I tread a path unexplored.
No, see, this is the problem. I needed Pascal here because now I have a logic chest that I can't take. Yurlet, I don't want you in my party.
I shall not be deterred.
God damn it. God damn it, dude. I'm upsetty spaghetti. I probably could have turned on whatever this like blade blender, this Aldari blender was. Blade Lady, however, I think is the best character in the game, single-handedly followed very close by Cassia. Yeah. I mean, Solomorn also very good right now. You could always throw him in. Or unless you meant he was Mr. Law. I guess there's Mr. Law and there's Mr. CIA. Despite his many bleeding wounds, the stately Aldari calmly strains his shoulders and raises his narrow chin. Mysterious blue lights glimmer under his eyes. A monkey and an outcast have found their way into the heart of the Dark City to save what little remains. The universe is full of cruel surprises, but this is an outcome I managed to foresee. You have foreseen our meeting, but could not avoid getting captured? What is the point of your prophecies? I am glad our paths have crossed again, my child. It's a great relief to me to know you are alive, and a great joy to see how much firmer of spirit and mind you have grown over our years. I think we have a lot to talk about. Ooh, make an Aldari greeting with my hands. You've got yourself a most amusing monkey to keep you company. He understands our language and knows a thing or two about customary greetings. Not that any of you make him a worthy companion for you to have on your path. It is the Elentok who keeps me at his side. Were it not for him, my soul would have left this body, or else I would have been devoured by a minion of She Who Thirsts. I would never have learned the truth of what happened. Perhaps we start by introducing ourselves? Standing beside you is Eklindel Maresh, who walks the path of the Farseer. He is the all-seeing eye and timeless sentinel of Cruderach. He was, that is. Either way, a monkey's name is not the kind of things he would be interested in case you were expecting me to introduce you in turn. He will forget your name as serenely as one forgets a troubled dream in the morning. Well, I took Abelard instead of Pascal, so Abelard, this is your job right now? Elentok, a word I've not heard in years. You said you would help us find a way home. The countless hours I spent in the cage were not spent in the throes of agony. I listened, observed, and absorbed. An age-old gate was built by our ancestors in the heart of the spire, a webway gate connected to the world outside. I can unseal it and forge a path to salvation. I can help make way out of the dark city and leave this place behind, but you must take me to the gate. My mind is firm, my spirit unbreakable, but my body, on the other hand, is super messed up. I can guide you to the gate myself, but not before he who walks the path of the Farseer pours the light of truth into the bottomless well of my fear and doubt. Yeah, do whatever you want here. Look at me, Elkindar, and tell me what adversary befell our home. As a council member, you cannot possibly be unaware of the truth. Do not consider hiding anything from me. Sometimes ignorance truly is bliss, my child, but I cannot deny you the right to know your truth. We found ourselves amid the stars of the stellar fabric. We encountered a monkey ship, a ship much too puny to take on an Asurani world, or so we thought. Until the council was struck with a vision of the horror to come, this ship would be our doom. Not only for us on Cruderach, but for all the Aldari kind among the stars, even those whose path stretched far beyond the stars. We could not allow such a thing to happen. When the ship approached, we pierced it with 100 salvos and rejoiced, for among the wreckage the rangers found no trace of the foreseen curse. Asturian, how wrong we were. The ship that returned from the reconnaissance to our starports was already carrying it on their wings. Whether it was a scratch from a passing wreck or the infected ashes of the monkey ship and the cosmic winds had not time to disperse, the plague crept into our home and immediately began to eat away at the craft world's very flesh. In the infinity circuit, the souls of the ancestors battled the spreading pestilence, but the world was falling apart and there was no stopping it. Spires collapsed, rivers dried up, the ground itself sank, and all living things turned to a strange blend of organic matter and metal. We fought for our home until the very end, but it became clear that Crudorak was beyond saving. This council decided to gather all who remained, board them on the surviving shuttles, and scatter across the galaxy. And that was what we did. Wow, cool. So it was like a Nurgle infestation took out their ship. Very, very nice. Don't forget about Abelard. Always loyal, always tanky. I feel like psychic powers are very underwhelming, because if you go fire, you can set someone on fire and keep them on fire, and maybe sometimes you can spread fire, but only if they're close to each other, which defeats the purpose. The psychic powers are very strong. They are, in fact, the strongest build for sure. You got to remember that you only get certain psychic powers at the start, but as you level up to like Psyker Terminus, eventually, you unlock a bunch of other psyker powers. So it might start by being like, I can light one guy on fire, and then I have an ability to spread fire, but then it will change to being like, I just light everybody on fire. I create a fire tornado. Everybody explodes. Pascal's only in the party until I have someone to replace him. I will never take him. Pascal's great. You're crazy, man. The metal plague that Theodora had in the clay pot, the destroyer plague. Oh, okay. In the infinity circuit, the souls of the ancestors battled the spreading pestilence, but the world was falling apart and there was no stopping it. Who steered the infected vessel?
I am afraid you already know the answer, Elentark. You just cannot accept it. Your predecessor, she who previously owned this vessel and your entire protectorate. The monkey who kept a piece of my homeworld in her study, like a trifle or trophy of no great significance.
So it was your accursed kind. Why does she only have voice acting for that one line? Shedding innocent blood will not bring her home back. This Elentark is guilty only of helping me reach this place and free you. The blood of the executioner of our people flows through the veins of the one you long to save. What has the monkey done to deserve your mercy? You said a disease broke out? You want to know how your kinspeople destroy my world so you can follow their example? Yes, that's exactly what I'm trying to do. You're seeing right through me. Answer the question, not for his amusement, but for the sake of whose souls dissolved in infinity. We thought the monkey were in service of the greatest enemy of our kind, the one who lurks beyond the edge of reality, but the world's affliction manifested itself differently. It distorted Crudorak while avoiding encounters with the souls of our ancestors. We were waiting for Silantresh, the destroyer of souls, to burst her way through the gaping wounds of the world, yet her gaze was directed away from her suffering. No one ever managed to identify the nature of this curse as we watched it destroy our home, and having lost all hope of saving it, we fled. How'd you end up here? Twisted Cousins found our arcs in the void. First, it seemed they were going to save us to extend a helping hand, so we told them what happened and where to look for it. But, you know, they're dark elves, so... They massacred hundreds of thousands of their own kind for fleeting pleasure's sake and enslaved the Farseers for their accursed experiments. That's how I ended up in this cage. Is your ship entirely destroyed? The Arabenian took care of what remained, but that's none of your concern. How did Crudorak end up in the Expanse, this close to monkey ships and the Dark One's hunting ground? The Council chose. We charted Crudorak's course among the stars for years. No one had an inkling of the terrible fate that would await us. No one knew. The Farseer looks away for a mere second, but an itching sensation immediately burrows its way into the base of your skull. Something is wrong. The paths I have walked taught me a great deal, to see the truth where it's concealed and not to hesitate to cut off the head of a lying snake who tries to coil around my heart. If the entire Farseer Council failed to foresee this world's doom, then everything they've been taught about the paths for centuries is a lie. You are hiding something. How dare you take that tone? I'm not obliged to justify myself, let alone protest my innocence. Perhaps I should put you back in the cage. Let's go with 100% persuasion here. You've already told us almost everything. Why hold anything back? We'd been steering Crudorak along the course prophesied by the stars themselves, and to Shail's tumultuous currents cast us to the edge of the Great Wound. A storm was coming, threatening to sweep Crudorak away from its path, so the council decided on a route to safety across the nearest islet of hope and the place known as the Koronus Expanse. We stood by our decision, but there came a point where the prophecies became darker and more unsettling. Someone proposed altering the course, but the closing grip of raging Shael was blocking our path on all sides. It was then that the council opinion was split. My vote was the deciding one in the difficult debate, for I believe the prophecy that had promised us salvation could not have been a lie. You already know what happened next. We were doomed. I should have stayed on Cruderak. I should have tried to help those who survived the disaster. If only I had not chosen the path and left the craft world, I could have tried to save someone. Was it not the Farseers who made a bad decision? What difference would it have made if you had been on Cruderak? The Farseers, not beyond their power, they led its prosperity for years, only to become too blind for what was going on around them. Had they not followed the prophecy as the old customs required, had they changed course instead, it might still be whole. It's your duty to avenge them and punish those responsible. There is a Farseer right in front of you. You are right, Elentok. I may be the only one who knows the whole truth about what happened, and if I let him walk free, there will be no one left to punish the guilty. Outcast, you cannot heed the advice of a monkey and kill your own Farseer. Yes, you can. Do it. Do it.
My spirit.
Yes. I dedicate my wrath to Kayla Mensha Kane, you wretch. Without a shadow of hesitation, she carries out the sentence. Come, we have nothing left to do here.
The world will bow.
Very good, sirs. That's to the main hall. I would like Pascal back in my party if possible. Does it show you all the psycho powers if you're lower? I'm not sure. I think some unlock as you go deeper. I could be wrong. Can we get Pascal back? I wish. For some reason, I'm stuck with Eurolite, even though I was like, I specifically do not want to take you in this adventure. I'm stuck with Eurolite and Marizai.
The whispers told me a secret.
Marizai, dude.
Don't squirm.
Took you long enough.
That was basically 100%.
You belittle me with this.
Xeno device that controls the traps. Anguish Prospector. Cervantes. Well, I didn't expect to see him up here.
Powers
see what others do
unseen
not.
uncover my path.
Triumph is my birthright.
Okay. What happened to these guys just then? Agony. This creature suffers damage every round. Okay. Big Turd. We'll put you here with Legion there. I can put Abelard there. Cabela here. Marizai there. Man, let's hope there's no AoEs.
Pathetic attempt.
It'd be really cool if you had some nice 400 HP Hecatrix. Okay, you're gonna go like... Ooh, can I activate Breakthrough on you? Why does that not work? Why does that not work? What the hell?
Oblivion approaches.
Okay, it does work.
It is happened. Done.
Ooh. Buddy.
What a useless plaything. Broken already? I'm done playing with you.
That was interesting.
Behold. Watch. I revel in your terror.
This is so many attacks. Shoop, 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 shoop. We'll just go into elusive shadow at this point. Can't really get back in range for the buffs, so
Pain and duty go hand in hand.
you're a lap. Oh, all these guys are in the fight here too, hey? All right, good to know. Cavalite shooter, witch, Hecatrix as well.
I am not your monkey. If I must.
Do you have overpen, piercing shot? Yes, you do. So we'll start with that.
I'll deal death with my hands.
Go with that. And then queue up
I
that.
understand your intent.
Yo! That's a lot of dodge.
This way.
Ooh, that's a good little psyker scream.
I've suffered worse.
All right, we're gonna buff up Cabela and then everybody.
Wind beckons. Purpose guides me. You've unleashed my fury.
Adira goes next. But I guess it is kind of nice if I could just get her buffs out now.
No guidance.
Will do. Anything else?
Because it means she can just like focus on doing damage on her turn then. Ooh, nice. Little extra bonus turn here with old Cabela as well. Wish Overseer Psyker was a thing. It is. I mean, that's what Adira is. She's a Psyker with the Cyber Raven. Ada, hello. Thank you for popping on in. What were you rocking today? Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you go to level up and pick active ability, you can see the psychic powers of the unlocked school. Okay, okay. Adira's Raven could probably take care of that entire second group. Yeah, or Cabela. I mean, but I think I'm going to send the Raven over there, especially if we have a high momentum. Cabela, you could at least run forward and just like hit this guy and then run back.
As honor ordains.
Get a couple extra bonus hits in here for fun.
Trust me.
And then I have either Medicae School or Ignite.
One step closer.
Let's Ignite. More combat stims, more counters. Love, you gotta love that. The shield blash and the counter. Wow, you got tore up by that AoE. Oh yeah, this is a beautiful pocket. Now, ironically enough, I'm having trouble getting the bird there because they're blocking the path. Wow, just that guy just explodes. Nuts. Borg, also hello. It is you, the invader. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good to see you, buddy. How you doing? Do we want... This Thrallmaster has a dark light gun, so he could like blast a whole bunch of them, but I feel like this Hecatrix is going to do the most amount of damage. I'm kind of thinking about just like saving high momentum for the next fight.
On it.
Big AoE. Nice. And then she moves into range of everybody else here too. So I can blind them all. 72 shock damage or warp damage. The thing is that the warp damage is like extra good against Drukhari. Ooh, but I could also complete the cycle. Yeah, all right.
It's my turn, and I'm gonna control.
So I'm gonna go shock.
No can do.
Oh, interesting. I can't complete the cycle if I cast it that way. All right, well then.
Anything else?
Just buff up Mazrahai then.
Will do.
Uh-oh. Ooh. You getting lucky, punk.
A dance of blades and shadows.
She'll just casually tear them up. To make our way down here. Borg, what were you playing today, my dude? Welcome. Welcome. Hecatrix goes boom. I don't think I can get to these other guys, so I'm just going to go back into position here and wait.
Brace yourself, Abelard.
Oh, you do have a shooter here, so...
At your beck and call. Victory is imminent. It will be done.
Not enough. You
boop.
can't do anything without me.
Boop.
Playing with you.
That's your turn. Piercing shot? Which? Boop.
This tedium is beneath.
Just taking shots for days here.
If I must. I understand your intent.
I guess I'll trigger the Cavalite shooter there for that ability. No, I don't suppose any of them are on fire. No, they're all also out of range. Can we give Adira a bonus turn? We can. Feel like go there and then torch him. Well, you can't really do much. Honestly, let's just vibe. They can't reach me. They can't do much of nothing.
Anything else?
Problem solved. Everybody is melted.
Intriguing.
God, you gotta love that psychic phenomenon.
You delegate this menial task to me.
So much Xeno artifacts. Xeno artifacts for days. Faint visible surface lines on the smooth surface. Some sort of power system.
Triumph is my birthright.
Okay. Well, that's where the webway gate is.
The shadows reveal their secrets.
I want all the loot first and foremost. Ooh. A blood drinker staff. Xenohide gloves. 10% parry, 10% area attack damage. Venom chainmail. Attacks of opportunity deal an additional 10% plus 10 toxic damage. If the wearer was attacked with an attack of opportunity, the attacker also suffers toxic damage. 15 armor against ranged attacks. 15% armor or 15 flat armor? I feel like that's a typo. The wearer gains 4 damage against enemies who have no adjacent allies. Only applies to the first strike or projectile in a burst attack. Dash and charge abilities are also increased by +1 cell. All right, that's pretty good on you. Whenever the wearer performs an area attack, they inflict bleeding on all hit creatures. Spiked boots is also pretty good on you because it also causes you to bleed. So it scales off of bleeding. Huh. Dash and charge. Every melee attack performed by the wearer increases their armor by 8%, or you can get 10% parry and 10% area attack damage. Agi bonus. You do have really high armor. Because of that sweet Incubus Blade armor. So I think I'm just going to leave that as is. Yeah, and you've got those parry boots. Yeah, I don't think we want any of this.
On about Xenos this and Xenos that. But I look at you, Iliet, and I think you look like a human, albeit a dangerously skinny one.
A degrading comparison, monkey. You are the call of Cylon Thrash in a corporeal shell. You could tear the veil apart at any moment. We are as alike as a snowy mountain peak and dirt on the sole of a shoe.
Wow. Your that sucks, dude. I'm beautiful. I am a beautiful white perfect elf. You are filthy dirtmonger. Elevator that we can't access.
Unexplored.
A trap that is probably not possible to get around, but I'm gonna try.
There is prey to stalk.
Well, you seem fine.
Watch your steps.
Man, there's a lot of traps. How is everybody just casually dealing with traps all over the place here? I have to go the whole way around.
The world trembles beneath my feet.
Monkey. With the armor, I can just run through enemies, zone of control, and do damage. Yeah. That's basically what Mesrai does, is he just like approaches people and then they just take bleeding damage. He just stacks bleeding damage in absurd ways on enemies. And every time he does any damage, it causes him to do more damage, which causes him to do more bleeding.
You can't do anything without me.
Like, he does a lot of damage on his own, but then also is just like Bleed City. All right, let's go beat up these Cervantes up here.
Powers unseen.
None are better at searching.
My path.
Secret goods. The homunculi lifts up from the control panel and gazes at you with disdain from the other side of the impenetrable force screen. You survived, specimen. What a woeful lack of ability to follow orders. You were supposed to die, be in the arena or the chasm. However, the servants of Azarashesh will soon remedy your blunder. You hear a whisper behind you. Cabela's ardent, ecstatic whisper. She's praying to the Undying One, her eyes closed, a blissful smile on her lips, clutching her weapons in a white-knuckled grip. She opens her eyes wide and says quietly, I cannot tell you how glad I am to meet you, Tervantis. Hello, Tervantis. I've not missed you either. Specimen, as you might have noticed, the homunculus's limbs simultaneously gesture at the massive construct supporting the force field around him. This version of the Stifler blocks both the energy that bleeds in from beyond the veil and any physical attempts to intrude inside range. Your attempt at conversing is pointless. Simply continue on the way to your demise and do not disturb me. Your gaze momentarily loses focus. The only thing you can clearly see is the massive Stifler construct to which he's referring to. It is a big Stifler. You suspect, no, you know for a certainty that a device contains a flaw invisible to ordinary eyes, a flaw made by himself, one that's enough to channel warp corruption into the heart of the Stifler. Ooh, yeah, I'm gonna be doing that. But I want to do this first. The Stifler is enormous and resembles the device which you've seen before. There's no doubt that its purpose is to suppress warp manifestations. You notice a few details are out of step with the construct's otherwise typical design. Several of its parts were made from a material foreign to Gamora and fused into the frame. Pray to the dark gods. Edge, see through my eyes a doorway into the dark city, and pray accept it as my offering. I feel like this is going to give me away to the rest of the party, but, what? Tervantis does not get to complete his question. The homunculus stares at you with eyes filled with unnatural light, like a shimmering ocean of silvery blue and glimpses of nightmarish shadows lurking within. His body jerks and his many appendages contract convulsively. Disciple of the truth, you have outdone yourself. The truth marches ever closer with quiet inevitability, and once its blessing runs through the veins of this one's machinery, the dark city will become its domain. Gamora will fall. Go, disciple of the truth, return to your real space and serve us as you did before. The path is open. Oh, he just popped. Shuriken cannon. Damn, dude. Native English speakers read too fast and accurate. I wish I could read like this. I spent a lot of time. I mean, I have a lot of training, I guess. I am a native English speaker, but I also have like a theater degree, so having to learn how to read scripts really, really fast and out loud at first glance is just like part of it. Navigator staff and a homunculus injector, not that good loot. I appreciate that nobody in my party was like, what was that about the dark gods? Wow, we don't even get to do that boss fight. He just gets deleted. That's all there is to it. We'll take a point of fellowship here. And we'll take archetype talents. Ooh, that's pretty good. A bonus to all resistance tests equal to 12. Oh, also Psyker Extremis, though. Psyker Terminus, Psyker Majoris, Psyker Majoris. So I can pick up this next time. The target suffers double the damage of the Ignite psychic power and half the fire damage of all the burning creatures within line of sight. All burning creatures deal 12 more damage. Every burning creature in combat immediately suffers damage. Double the damage of Ignite to all creatures in a 12-cell line and reduces their armor by 20. If the armor falls to 0, it gets a warp burn. I am going to take Iron Discipline right now because we are still kind of a buff machine. You're going to get willpower for sure. Double cover. Whenever the operative attacks an enemy that's at full wound, that attack does 17% more damage. actually going to give you that one. Because she generally attacks things at full wounds. And just, like, deletes them from existence. You're going to take agility. Weapon skill is increased by agi bonus whenever you have 2 swords equipped. Yep, let's just take that. Maz, you're also going to get agility, which is getting a little awkward because I have 2 agility characters. Guaranteed crit on Reckless Strike. Sure. Big A. You're going to get toughness. And you're going to get... Damage deflection is increased. Whenever you parry an attack, your next thing costs less AP. Let's do that. You have 3 ranks. I'm not going to bother level you up, Yurlet, because I don't really care about you.
Jokes that once said aloud make your eyes bleed and blood curdle.
And then we go up the platform.
Black comedy.
My first language isn't Canadian. No, it's Newfoundlandese. Close, though. Just a different dialect. Have you at least listened to those tongue twisters I sent the other day? Did you send those on Discord? I must have. Because I love a good tongue twister. Were you playing a Psyker the entire time? No. We had a Psychic Awakening. Right here. So when we became an Exemplar, we took Psychic Awakening. I figured with all the chaos worship we were doing, it kind of made sense.
I tread a path
and I often found I had exactly 1 AP left every single round, so I was like, well, that's enough for a minor Psyker power. Marizai, are you going for that soup? Just walking off screen. He spends several minutes rifling through the items. This looks fun. On the table until he stops having noticed something. With a satisfying growl, he draws a long, pliable, spiked whip from the pile. You hear a click and an icy blue glow ripples across the whip's smooth surface with a crackling sound. I did not find my shadow field generator and my toxin kit is gone, but at least I found my favorite toy. Do you know what this is, biggest turg? Humanity has similar tools for livestock and peasants. I doubt your kind is capable of a sophisticated creation. Much likely it is a crude copy. An agonizer, an electrical disintegrator that acts upon the nerve impulses. This particular one is too fine a piece to be used in combat, but in a torture chamber. He hefts the whip, clearly familiar with the feel and weight in its hand. An exquisite instrument of pain. Total impulse control. It can deliver sensations as subtle as a whisper, or incinerate synapses. We're gonna get into some weird stuff with this whip, I got a feeling. The more I watch you get Dark Eldar loot, the more I want you to create a heretical blade dancer witch. I know, right? It's so good for it. Love this game, just become an addict recently. I'm so glad. We've been really loving this playthrough. It's a super good game, and it's really come a long way since the launch, so. Would remember that. Some are pretty hard for native speakers. I'm pretty good at tongue twisters. I can do a tongue twister, too. Snap the agonizer. Why is this thing so important to you? It's a priceless artifact that belongs to me, and I've reclaimed it before my kid managed to steal it. It is property of the Reaving Tempest, which must not be allowed to fall into the hands of the other cabals. When we dispose of Ymyrus, the Spire will certainly come under attack. And lastly, I can indulge in a little sentimentality, can't I? Alright, you can keep it. He weighs the whip in his hand once more and gives you an appraising look. Do you want to try it out, Biggest Turg? A little demonstration? Yeah, man. Let's do it. Let's get weird. Quick, we're trying to escape this fallen city that's full of demons that we unleash. But yeah, we got time for a little foreplay, Marizai. He swings his arm without hesitation, and the agonizer's flexible tail wraps around your wrist. At first, you feel nothing, and then a fiery flower of agony blooms in your heart, sending poisonous roots along your veins and into every corner of your body. Your vision darkens, you gasp for air, your knees threaten to buckle beneath you, and then the pain recedes like a tide, leaving behind the crazed pounding of your heart and aftershocks dancing in your nerve endings. You are entirely bricked up. The Drukhari's eyes glitter with delight and mockery. That was minimal power, barely any at all, I would say. Did you really think I would be in such a hurry to break my new toy? Let us go. I no longer have any desire to wander the spires. Oh, buddy, you're going to be wandering some spires soon, if you know what I mean.
The world
If you catch my drift, you're going to tremble beneath my feet, if you know what I mean. This is the weirdest Airbnb session. The spires of Gamora pierce the darkness like needles through living flesh. I do love just like looking down and being like, whoa, this place is huge. And we are in like one little tiny part of it. Just reminds me of like, I don't know, Star Wars cities. Uh-oh. Boss fight. Well, well, well. 3 holes in the ground. This is all you brought to fight me? You're going to need a lot more troops. Oh. What do you look like? Ah. Ooh, I like her helmet. It's a good vibe. Miserable vermin. Ymyrus hisses through her teeth upon seeing you. Despite her blazing eyes and her barred teeth, you plainly discern what is in the Drukhari's heart. Fear. By sundering reality and causing a disjunction, you let warp demons invade Gamora. I will see to it that death comes for you slowly. Her gaze shifts away from you to Marazai. A venomous smile spreads across her face. My former Drakon, my inept executioner. Have you found yourself a new master? He draws his weapon in a single fluid motion. Before your soul perishes in the maw of she who thirsts, I will teach it pain. The kind of pain you have never known in your whole of your existence, sister. And what about you, child of Kruderak? How does it feel to know that you could not save yourself, your family, or your craft world? Her spirit stone flashes on her chest and the ranger's hands tremble in the grip of her rifle. Your death will give me no joy, Archon Ymyrus, but it may give peace to the spirits of my kin. Ooh. What do we need the Farseers for? Why take such a risk? Gary! Hello. Welcome. Welcome! How's Odyssey, folks? Are you guys all enjoying the new RimWorld stuff? I'm very, very jealous. I haven't had a chance to try it out yet. Because we're wrapping up Rogue Trader. We're at the end of Act 3. We're actually at the boss fight. The final boss fight of Act 3 is what we're just about to have happen. So you've come in at a very, very good time. And then we're starting up Act 4. Act 4 and Act 5 today and tomorrow. Great timing. Great timing. Come on in. Draxus, Flamethrower, Cancillion, Beyond Jawborn, Kaz, welcome. Kazak, come on in. Come on in. You like your carries 3D'd? Well, definitely don't go down that road then. Carry head to raid and run. I understand. I understand all too well. Got to take care of number 1. And in this case, number 1 is not me, so. All right. What do we need the Farseers for? I will humor you before death, if only to step out of another shadow once and for all. I wish to orchestrate a little disjunction, and with my helpless brethren in my clutches, who were capable of tearing apart the veil with their mere presence. It could not have been simpler. When the time came, the Farseers would be my weapon against the Reaving Tempest's rivals. Under cover of the Cataclysm, my blades would behead all those who stood in the way of my ascent. You destroyed your future with your own hands. When the truth became known, all the weapons of Kamara would have turned against you, and against my cabal. And this coward was my Draxon. You were too quick to call the Reaving Tempest your cabal, and you neither have the ambition nor the vision to lead all these warriors full of lust for power and blood. Marazai laughs mockingly. Dragging Farseers into our spire in an attempt to trigger a disjunction. That was your grand vision? It's pity you've not bothered to lead a single raid in recent years. It would have been entertaining to watch you order a fleet to fly headlong into monkey structures and detonate their engines, all to secure a bright future for the Cabal. I don't care about the craft world fragments or the prisoners. I do care about her life. I've grown tired of the games and machinations you have ushered into my realm. Prepare to die, Archon Ymyrus. Die? Ha! She draws her weapon. You are the only one to die today, and after I'm done with you, I will pay a visit to real space to observe the terror and ruin wrought by my cabal. Do you know, monkey, that so many of your kind have had their lives cut short at the hands of their own kin? I used you to purge the ranks of the cabal, to clear all obstacles from my path. I used you to accomplish my goals, colluded with your kind, despite your much vaunted hatred of Xenos, which ought to have prevented any of you from even considering such a thing. Marazai narrows his eyes. You purged the ranks of the cabal and cleared all obstacles. Even in that you failed, you talentless wretch. I am still here, and I will be the one to purge the reaving tempest of you. Blessed throne, Abelard says as he closes his eyes and shakes his head in sorrow. It seems the Xenos admission has aged him 5 years. My servants are heading out on a new hunt as we speak. Who will become their prey? Which light will wink out in the void? How many monkey will perish in the darkness? You will never know. We'll give Marazai the last words for his sister here. Normal sibling rivalry, right? Blame your brother, have him try to execute. Your brother works with someone else, unleashes demons into the house. Just classic sibling stuff, you know. Now you speak only with permission of your pet monkey. She laughs mockingly. My insignificant little brother, you never should have crawled out of our mother's womb. Your existence is a disgrace to our blood. His lips stretch into a saccharine smile. My poor older sister. You still cannot stand the fact that I was born, but how can I be surprised? It's hard to think of more glaring proof that our mother considered her first attempt to continue the line a failure. She stiffens, and for a moment later bares her teeth in furious hiss. The Archon of the Reaving Tempest raises a hand to signal to her underlings. Fight, 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 fight! Ah, she did bring back up. Okay. 4 incubuses, 2 grotesques, 4 grotesques, 4 incubuses, and an 1,000 HP on Yimmerus. Wow. I don't think we've ever seen somebody break 1,000 points. She doesn't have a lot of armor, but she does have a ton of dodge. This creature restores 3 runes every time another creature suffers damage that doesn't kill it. At the beginning of the combat, they gain a shadow field. They count as being under full cover against all ranged attacks. It's lost when the wearer is hit by a ranged attack and suffers damage. She's got a splinter pestle, a blade. When a creature is in the Thanatophobia zone, it must pass a willpower test when it takes damage. Otherwise, it gains this effect. All incubi gain an extra turn. I don't love that. She is weak to warp damage. All right. Legion, you need to be directly in front of me. I want Cabela here. I want probably Abelard here. We'll put a Dara there, Yerlet there. I think I'm going to leave... No. I think I'm going to leave Abelard in the back. And I'll put my Dark Elves next to me. Or my Elves next to me. Now here's the one problem with this. Not everybody is in range properly if I do that. I think that works. Whoa. My servo skull just got deleted. This fight was tough. Your builds were not nearly as good as yours, so I'm curious to see how it goes. I mean, we don't actually have Yerlet built up properly, which is annoying. It's not the end of the world. All right, Marazai, unfortunately, you're so fast, I'm going to have to send you out ahead of everybody else.
I will savor your delectable anguish.
Because I should be able to go slash. Big double hit, big double hit. Slash, big double hit, big double hit. Dance Macabre, slash.
You easy strike. And why would I do that?
How many of these do I get? Only 3? 4 charges. 1, 2. Slash cannot be used in the same turn as...
No.
That's really weird. I should have had another one against this guy. Sugar. That means I only have one more of those as well. All right. Well, we should stack some hits on you. Probably, because it also stacks on them. And then I'm going to do a crazy decision. I'm actually just going to dash back in here so I can get the buffs. So many hits. Big A. What do we do with you? Oh, I see, I see.
Tried and tested tactics are the best.
Go here and do Wall of Rockry, and that'll buff everybody with a bunch of temporary hit points. I feel like I should be able to move into a decent position here to trigger a big mass taunt. There it is.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time.
And I mean, we could just run forward and attack them. Maybe this is the best spot for you then. Maybe. His counterattacks are so important, so he needs to introduce the enemies to you. This is definitely the toughest fight we've done so far. Ooh, big range on that. I was hoping they would get closer. Ow. Ow! I am not behind cover anymore, which is a serious problem. Now you're doing important work right now, bringing about Sinch's rule and all, but you just got your first horse girl to win the finals. Congratulations, dude. I'm stoked for you. It's a different world, but I'm still happy for you. I hope it brings you great joy. Nice piercing attack here. Ooh. No hit on them.
I am not your Xenos pet.
I think we'll just queue up on Ymmerus. Probably not the best idea, but... Oh my god, everybody else gets to go before you guys, eh?
I will leave
Backflips. Blade Storm. Oh, not many hits there. Yeah. Might as well go with that cleave. The Death Whisper, and then Acrobatic Artistry will give her one extra flip here. Nice. One down.
Why did I not foresee this?
Those dudes are taking shots, but thankfully they're missing quite a bit. Ugh, Avalaire's out of range. You know what? I don't think he needs it.
What? Was that you? Or
So buff, buff, buff. I'm gonna move the bird here.
It's my toy, and I'm gonna control it myself.
Now, who decides just like not to hit anybody?
Will do.
We'll blind everyone.
Let's
do an electrical
see what you
discharge.
can do.
I was really hoping to get a heroic moment with her, but this would cause these guys to fight each other.
But of course,
Which doesn't appear to be doing much for me. Wow, we are very low HP.
Beckons.
Woof. I have to cast Reactivate here.
I will triumph.
Voice of command, and then we're gonna cast Bring It Down on Adira,
Purpose guides me.
because now she can cast Overcharge,
yes.
which allows her to cast this mind ability through the bird,
On it.
berserking all of these guys.
Farewell.
And then doing massive damage to all of them. And Marazai also gets a little bonus turn here, which I'm going to say he can use to run up here next to Ymaris and start stacking bleed on her.
Don't distract me.
I need
Finally, we'll turn on the Medicae signal. And I guess a few other options? Did any of those trigger? No, amazing. We got some free points, so we can go for the Air of Authority so everyone gets a big momentum push. And then I could grant another full turn to anybody I wanted.
There is no mercy found in
I am
my heart.
inclined to do this. Oh, yeah. How hard on the warp magic do I want to go here?
Anything else?
I think I already know the answer to that. One shot. She's just getting a massive bonus turn right now. Yeah, she suffered 400 damage from that, though. Where was that? Momentum changed 46 to 200. Demonic attention. Oh, no! She summoned a demon. Yeah, Mind Rupture dealt 559 damage. But, does she have the item where it's just like the demons don't care about her when they summon? I guess not. I guess that blue horror is just hanging out with us. Well, I mean,
Was it you?
we might as well keep pushing our luck here. She takes another 331 damage. We can move the bird over here. And then do Purification Discharge.
It's my turn, and I'm gonna control it
160
myself.
damage with that. I thought she was going to be in range too, but And then I could apply an automatic critical hit to her. Sure, why not? Let's just keep pushing this momentum. That's only a blue horror, right? That's not that dangerous.
I will triumph.
Now she's on fire. Yeah, blue horror's no problem. Oh! Oh! Who are these guys? Friends? I don't think those are friends. I love that she goes after the demon. Oh my god. Oh my god. Sorry, I just noticed an ad was playing. Just started. So I'm like, okay, let's wait a second. I don't want them to miss anything here. Star Wars looking as Purges. They really are. There's a lot of like Coruscant to this city. Tormented captives with an incubus. Wow, that's all you brought in here? She's like on death's door. Oh, she's dead. She died from After Effect. Aftershock deals 304 damage to Ymrus, which then proceeded to automatically destroy her turrets as well. Wow. Damn, dudes. What a absolute gong show this fight is. Could backfire. Never backfires. Summoning Warp Demons always works out really well for us, so. Did we see the announcement for the Dark Heresy game through Owlcat? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I am tuned into that, buddy. Let me tell you, we're very excited about that. Abelard, can we keep this little demon? He's so cute. Look at him with his weird little beak face. He's got like the top half of the beak, but not the lower half. It's just like the top half and then a tongue is coming out. Like he doesn't have a bottom jaw. Sometimes I wish we could just like drop the camera right down. I know we would see terrible things about the skybox that we're not meant to see, but man, this game would also be so nice in like third person. Yeah, his tongue is just lolling. Unlimited technology in the height of fashion is a barge. I mean, I don't know. Are the Drukhari that like big on fashion, right? Did I not promise the other Dark Elf the final blow? Yes. Though I suspect she won't really be dead until like the cutscene triggers. Like I imagine the way it's going to work is after the fight, she'll get back up and she'll be like, even though you've dealt an absolutely absurd amount of warp damage to me in just a very short amount of time, I'm somehow probably still alive if you want to drive a dagger through my heart and finish me off. I love also that I just keep spending all my momentum and it immediately jumps back up to 200. So yeah, she died from Aftershock. Just instantly while the rest of these guys showed up. I don't know, man. Do we have to kill the blue horse? They are really cute. They are pretty kawaii. I just want to click that button. No. Now I can't charge. Still Dance Macabre, but it's not the same. You know what? I think just attack you. Yeah. Bounce.
Oh, I don't think so. It is hell.
If I go there, I should be able to bounce off you. sorry, go through you and then bounce off of him. Bounce. So that's a lot of stacks of bleed. All right. I don't know. I guess, Abelard, you can kill the demon.
An exemplary strike. One fewer target.
I guess.
At your beck and call. It will be done.
We'll buff everybody else up in the meantime.
I can't stand it.
You guys come in. I'll try to kill Yirlet, which is kind of inconvenient. Not gonna lie.
Swift and silent.
She has some sort of ability or item that knocks people back when they try to attack her. To be honest, totally forgot about it.
Understand your intent.
Call the bolt. You know what? Actually, you should really do a piercing shot right here because it'll kill 3 of them. Well, kill 2 of them, and sure, just shoot him.
I deal death with my hands.
Really not necessary, but this guy goes for Marazai. Che bella. Ciao, Bella.
I bring mercy and retribution.
You can cut up this incubus.
Caught by the way.
Lots of critical hits there, triggering extra hits.
The shadows will see it done.
Cover him in blood.
Trust
Lethal
me.
stab.
Killing
You're dead.
brings me no pleasure.
Come down to this big guy. How many backflips do you have? Just 1. Good damage, though. This attack cannot miss and deals 50% more damage. It also deals additional damage equal to 25% of the missing wounds. Use death from above against a target enemy without spending a charge, immediately making a melee attack against that enemy. The Blade Dancer repeats this combination up to 5 times against random available targets. It's impossible to use death from above. He makes a melee attack against a random available target. Can be the same enemy. So 1 attack for 50% more damage. With an extra 25% of their runes, which is like not that much, or 5 attacks.
Let the blood of the wicked be shed as thou hast willed. Stop it!
Bella, there's only 1 left. Or Adira.
Be gone.
So you might as well blow it up. Ah, yeah, he just takes the hit. He goes over and he does the killing blow himself. You don't even have the option. I guess because we promised it to him before, so. She just fainted. It was a tactical faint retreat. Would be funny if he becomes grumpy for the rest of the game because you killed her instead of letting him do it, right? Inquisitor in this style of game is much better than Inquisitor Murder. Well, I mean, like, Dark Heresy is... It looks like we're probably going to be some form of Inquisitor in the Dark Heresy game. We're definitely getting Inquisitors on our team. That's for certain. We get like a very famous Inquisitor on our team in Dark Heresy, so. Just an ad for the new season of Star Trek New Worlds. Ooh. We're watching like the Next Generation on season 4. I gotta tell you, season 4 Star Trek Next Generation is a very bad season. So far, we're like 5 episodes in. Boy, it is the worst season by far. Terrible acting, terrible scripts. Marazai turns to you. He's holding a crystal, quarter skating with otherworldly fire. Biggest turd, look at this. Your enemy's soul is in the palm of your hands, under your complete control, at the mercy of your desires. Is this not the greatest revenge for past wrongs? Can I touch it? Just bringing your hand near the crystal is enough for you to feel the wave of psychic energy emanating from it. When your fingers brush the icy surface, the maelstrom of another's emotions bursts into your mind. Hatred, bloodlust, terror, despair. And suddenly, in this whirlwind of agony, you discern new shades of feeling. Hints of triumph and the thrill of mastery over a defeated foe. Marazai's eyes, which have been watching your face closely, widen and his lips curve into an excellent smile. Does this thing offer any practical benefit? It does. Ymrus' suffering will give me the strength on the battlefield. Perhaps one day I will want to replace her soul with the essence of another more worthy opponent. But that time to come to pass. That will not come to pass anytime soon. You're telling me I'm not going to fight anybody else with 1,000 HP? We should go... Cutscene? No, not Inquisitors. Inquisition agents. You'll work for the Inquisitor. That's not as fun. Whoa! I didn't realize it was right there. Mandrakes. What the hell is a mandrake? They look evil. The mandrake words are barely comprehensible. The creature is clearly not accustomed to the tongue of its dark kin. The Draken didn't offer a sacrifice for our dids. The Draken must become the sacrifice. Marisai places a hand on his weapon. His voice sounds calm, but his gaze is tense as he peers into the dark creatures before him. You should not have crawled out of the abyss that your wretched kind call home. Consider our pact broken. Nazrakai did not uphold his end of the bargain, so I had to finish the job myself. The result matters not. The sacrifice will be made. The mandrake's head turns to you. Make the sacrifice, monkey. The tribe never relents. The tribe will find you. Throne's mercy, Lord Captain. It was extravagant enough of you to get yourself a pet Xenos, and now we discover that he comes with a whole gaggle of his kinsfolk. Mind your tongue before I cut it down for you. The mandrake care not about monkey. The mandrakes want me. Even if they were to grow bold enough to come for me, oh, it would be quite an amusement to behold. Mazrahai stays with me. Away, you beasts. He draws his weapon, and if your filth need a lesson in the language of pain... Shah, senseless creature, the tribe will find you. The tribe will have its sacrifices. 2 hours have passed. Oh, just standing around? Loot? Incubus Clave. Alright. Loot? Ooh, lots of loot. Monkey Hide Cape. Decrease all incoming damage except direct damage by %. Versatility stacks. Grants intelligence bonus dodge to the wearer and all allies. Sick for Pascal. Whenever a bleeding, burning, or toxin effect inflicted by the wearer deals damage to the enemy, they suffer 5% armor penalty against the wearer's attacks, and the wearer gains crit chance against them. Stacks. A shadow field. At the beginning of combat, the wearer gains the shadow field effect. They count as being in full cover against all range attacks. That's sick. A bunch more of these Incubus Claves. The Jin Blade of Yimerus. If the wielder deals damage to the target with this sword, the wielder gets a +3 bonus to their weapon skill, ballistic skill, toughness, and strength, while the target suffers a -3 penalty to the same characteristics. Great. Well, Cabela's going to get that. And an agonizing splinter pistol deals double tox damage. I guess probably Jay will get that.
Embrace true power.
Good looty for the booties. Gloomy landscape. Is that it? We got everything? Quick level up before we step through the portal. I need to take Molten Beam or Inflame. All burning effects deal 12 more damage, or shoot a laser beam. I'm going to take shoot a laser beam. And then we're going to take some willpower. Adira. Ooh. Once per round, the Psyker's next turn is moved up by 2 turns. This ability can allow the Psyker to have 2 turns during 1 round. Well, that's kind of nice. Psyker Majoris. All allies that are currently affected by any of the Psyker's power gain the perfect timing. When an ally under this effect dodges or parries, if that ally has a weapon capable of reaching the attacker and has an attack that costs 1 AP or less, they immediately counterattack. Okay, I also like that. But I also like Psychic Assault. Psychic Assault gives her a 7-cone Psyker Shriek. Prophetic Intervention. Requires perfect timing or precognition. Whenever an ally suffers damage that will make them fall unconscious, the Psyker immediately gains an extra turn. in which you can only use this ability. Restore the allies' wounds to the amount they had before the attack. The psi rating is reduced by 1 until the end of combat. That would also be really good. This only costs 1 AP. This costs 2 AP. Creates an area that lasts until the start of the next turn. All allies gain 14% dodge. Their dodge chance cannot be less than 20%. That's also kind of useful for us. I gotta take Psychic Scream for her for now. We might switch things up later, but... And then we'll grab her some extra perception. The old human skin cape, right? Mandrakes are plants, yeah. Weird twisted Drukhari that are all about moving through shadows and camouflage. And Kimura hired for assassinations and other sneaky endeavor. Isn't everybody in Kimura just like made for assassinations though? This is kind of the vibe I'm getting. Capella. Plus 10 lethality. Remove dodge and parry. Remove armor and deflection. I guess we'll go fainting attack. And probably weapon skill for you. Seems right. I think I'll give him Death Whisper. Just so he can have an extra free attack. Then we'll give him more agility. And then big A. Vanguard force an enemy in their melee range to immediately attack. All the other Vanguard's allies who are wielding melee attacks and adjacent get an attack of opportunity. Well, that's not that good. Choose an ally. All enemies must make a test or become priority. That's pretty good. Let's go force distraction with you. And then... I think I might just give him more strength. Like, he doesn't tend to miss all that much, but he could do with some more damage. Plus, that helps his athletics. Plus, that'll help him maybe wear power armor if he ever gets that unlocked. So, you're either made to assassinate or to be assassinated. That is certainly the vibe of the Dark City. Super fun fighting styles in the Ronin game. That's sick. That game looks really fun. Rise of Ronin. All right. Into the webway. Into the webway. Where are we coming out to? Janus?
With the physical horrors of Kimura behind them, a long and arduous journey, possible only with the help of a Xenos guide, lay ahead for the rogue trader and his party. From one strange destination to the next, through unknowable environments, the mere sight of which could drive...
we're going through the webway, Morty. We got a quick adventure into Kimura. In and out, 5 minutes. That thing looks fun. I'd like to make friends with that.
Despite the challenges, they managed to escape the labyrinthian webway and find their way back. Home?
Home, question mark? Old man. A poorly shaved commoner with worn coveralls eyes you with suspicion. He's clutching an autogun that looks like it's a careless reload away from falling apart. He narrows his eyes. Oi! Oh, you lot, you're not bandits, are you? Upon noticing a non-human in your retinue, an old man grimaces with contempt and clutches the Aquila hanging around his neck. And chumming around with inhuman scum, no less. Big on you lanky freaks. I compel you in St. Cognitus's name, in St. Nicomede Cafe's name, and St. Drusus's name. Marazai narrows his eyes. His body is neither strong enough nor spirited enough to bear torment. I will not waste my efforts on him. Who am I, you ask? I am rogue traitor Biggest Von Valancius. On your knees, knave, while you still have them. The old man flinches in terror, drops his travesty of a firearm, and falls on his knees with a sniveling grimace. Throne above, your lordship, have mercy, I didn't recognize you. I'm just a lowborn, a small, humble man. I've only seen your lustrous visage on the holy icons in the temples of the capital. So who are you? I'm a scout, your lordship. I wander the woods. I test the soil. Taking great care, the old man reaches into his sack and pulls out a scratched aspect with a long spike, wrapped in a muddy rag. The tech priest told me, once 1,000 steps you've walked, thrust this mystical probe into the soil, say a prayer, and then press the Smaggardine seal. Offer 3 prayers to the Emperor, then press the ruby seal. Thus will the probe test the land, and tell you what minerals dwell therein. What do the people of Janus say about my abduction? What's that? Is some robber abduct you? Who could perpetrate such villainy, kidnapping his lordship? The nerve. We ain't heard nothing there on Janus. How are things on the colony? Oh, I won't shame myself by complaining. We live, thanks be to the God Emperor and your lordship. We pray for your health every day. The Chem Princes collect ties, flog troublemakers, protect us from bandits, and we don't fight among themselves. All's well. His expression darkens. There's this plague going around on Janus, though. Makes your hair fall out, your skin go pale, and your voice disappear. Turns normal Emperor-faring people into right freaks, scum of humanity. We call folks like that wretches. Scary to look at. Better to put them all down. Well, we do, little by little, with poison. Is the governor well? Vistana Janus Viab Ab Abram of Koronus? The commoner pronounces the governor's florid name flawlessly, but every word makes him flinch like someone's hitting him with a stick. We pray for her health every day. His voice drops to a whisper. We also pray she never sets her sights on us. They say scary things about the capital, about her court, about missing people. Rumor has it they host a never-ending ball at her palace. The dancing never stops, not for a moment. Any servant who steps inside the palace never comes out. Must be an awful lot of work to do on that ball of theirs. Alright, I need a shuttle and some means of contacting the astropathic choir so I can summon my void ship here. In a jiffy, your lordship. Please be welcome to our flying ferry. It's right over yonder in the brush. It's also where our expedition's fox wizard is staying. That sounded like sarcasm, but I think there is actually a box wizard and a taxi over there. Things are great, just a minor blot of the plague, right? Just a little Nurgle infection, that's all, no big deal. Could be muties, could be gene stealers. Look at us go. Space Marine. A Dark Elf. We got the whole gang here. A bird. High Factorum Janus Danrock. The high-ranking officers beam with genuine happiness. Danrock steps forward and solemnly says, Welcome to the bridge, Lord Captain. Like the rest of the crew, we are overjoyed by your return and thank the Emperor for it. The crew stares in awe and terror as the giant towering over the crowd. Some make the sign of the Aquila on their chests, others collapse to their knees with a prayer that the God Emperor is on their lips. This wave of pious shock does not seem to discompose Ulfar in the slightest. He chuckles into his beard and glances around curiously. Marazai's presence alone is enough to elicit gasps of dismay and whisper from the crowd. The Drukhari ignores all Monkey reactions to his person and surveys the ship's bridge, examining every detail with ostentatiously cool interest. His markedly casual posture is belied by the subtle and unusual tension in his body. Shireen, light of my eyes, I'm overjoyed to see you among us once more. Truly the Exalted One is merciful for showing you the way back home. I hope all the Ashmegs who left us to languish without our Lord Captain have already become food for the warp demons. The deck's overflowing with dazzling shades of yellow as the crew welcomes its lord, and I join them in this greeting. Welcome back, Rogue Trader. No trial could break the will of the Emperor's chosen or stop him from returning to those who have put their hopes in him. Alright, first off, how much do you guys know about me being abducted? Not much, Lord Captain. All contact with your party was lost shortly after the supposed pirates boarded the ship and abducted your companions' kinspeople. We immediately sent shuttles with boarding parties to your aid, but we didn't find anyone on the ship save for the crew, all of whom had been either butchered or driven insane. Yurlet's expression is inscrutable, but her eyes are fixed on you and you alone. Who would have thought visiting the Dark Elf homeworld would be so profitable and pleasing for our overlords? All we needed was some time away, really. That's all that needed to happen. Since your lordship's body was never recovered, we hoped against hope that you were still alive. Even our most alert augur operators never spotted anything suspicious, and our ignominious failure put you in dire peril. Dare we inquired what happened? I'm glad to realize you're to blame for my capture. Are they to blame for my capture? I'm pretty sure Eurolet is to blame for my capture. We did walk into that trap pretty bad. I think I just want to lie just because, you know, we're all about that. My loyal servants, the accursed Xenos tried to take your leader from you, but their plan has failed. I am once again with you. Are you with me? Death to the enemies of House von Valencia. Show us the culprits and we'll tear the heads off the lot of them and stack them next to your throne, Lord Captain. The furious officers grabbed their weapons as if eager to crush the foes who dared breach the sanctity of your person right here and now. This is so touching. Marzai's voice is laced with venom. Where has my ship been? The Officers' Council decided to take the ship to Footfall, where one can hear gossip of the entire expanse. Our agents tirelessly searched for information about your lordship. Had we heard even a whisper of where you were imprisoned, we would have immediately launched a rescue expedition. While you were absent, Lord Captain, we made every effort to find you. This resulted in a number of modifications to the ship that have significantly upgraded it. Thanks to a favorable deal secured by the esteemed High Factorum, the ship is now equipped with state-of-the-art augers and direction finders from Kappa Gamma. Enough empty talk. Your master is waiting for a proper celebration. We will begin at once. Glory to the rogue traitor. Glory to House von Valencius. The subject's triumphant roar sends a tremor through the bridge as if though the ship itself is greeting its long-lost owner. I guess that's Nemos. The Factorum smacks his lips awkwardly and adds in a quieter voice, Lord Captain, the senior officers will report to you shortly. In your absence, we did receive a number of astropathic messages and dispatches that require your attention. Always work to do, right? There's always work. It was a nice vacation. Yeah, you know. We got our ribs broken. We got burned, stabbed a lot. We had a worm put into our brain. Did we ever get that worm taken out? I can't entirely remember. Reports already, only been 5 minutes, right? Nomos! The group of servitors suddenly stirs, their movement frighteningly identical even for automatons. They stare at you in perfect unison. Hello, Nomos has come to welcome you back. We sense that a great deed has been done, a vivid imprint on existence. You did something very important. What was it? I fed a dark city of the Xenos to a force the likes of which they have never seen before. We feel your rapture. We share it. Did Nomos say it correctly? The servitor chorus, which sounds as a single voice, falls silent. Nomos appears to be waiting for your response in eager anticipation. Your curiosity deserves approval. A servant should strive to understand their master. Nomos have a poor understanding of the concept of servitude. We must reflect. The chorus of servitors pause as if controlling entity is busy thinking. We must go now. We will speak with you later. Another pause follows, so long that the silence becomes more piercing than a scream. Then the servitors finally break it. We were wondering when you would whether you managed to return. One can detect with the naked eye the moment when Nomos leaves the bridge. The servitors stop moving in sync and slowly shuffle off to their posts. I gotta make sure that Nomos knows that he serves me and that he doesn't try to kill me at some point. Or, like, become a demon host, I guess. With fun cakey times with the whip and our new friend. Your lordship, I must report highly compromising information about a member of your retinue. Oh, Mistress J. Hadari again, who it turns out is nothing of the sort but a commoner, a fugitive from the law, and a deserter from the Imperial Guard. I have solid evidence to prove it. Well, this evidence better be incontrovertible. It's all here, your lordship, official records from the Administratum, attestations from the Department Munitorum, and much more besides. How'd you come to know this? In your lordship's absence, the burden of watching over the dynasty's treasury fell upon my shoulders. I deemed J. Hadari the likeliest threat to the dynasty's material security and had my people conduct an investigation, and they uncovered a past connection between Hadari and an individual by the name of Mercy, a highly influential figure in the Casabelica mission with a dangerous reputation. Fearing that the predatory interests of Casabelica would pose a threat to your coffers, I began my own investigation. It was entirely reasonable to suspect collusion of some kind between Hadari and Mercy, and my suspicions were confirmed. They were connected. It was from Mercy's associates that I acquired the compromising intelligence on Hadari. All right. What are the deets? I may have overlooked some nuances, but I have solid evidence that the person whom we presently know as Jay was identified as the perpetrator of numerous instances of theft and smuggling as well as desertion. This individual is not of noble birth, but of the lowest origins. Now I have to decide, do I punish her for because I'm a noble? But also, I'm a chaos noble, so if you've managed to trick yourself into being a noble, is that not the noblest thing you could do? Good question. Weirdly wholesome. Shopped me, did you little wannabe quester? Jay's voice and bearing undergo a stark transformation. Biting soldier slang cuts through her typically gentle speech. Don't miss a thing, your servant's biggest turg, and they're sneaky as too. They'll climb up Grox's arse to find out what they want to know. We'll talk about it fast, only if this scum slings his hooks.
Well, your lordship, ask away. I'll tell it like it is. I'm not going to try to wriggle out of it.
Who's Mercy?
We knew each other once. He helped me make the move to the Expanse and establish my first connections. But that's an old story I prefer not to poke at if I can help it. Things are good in my life now, and I don't need mercy.
Well, then tell me your real story.
So what do you want to hear, Shireen? A children's tale about a beautiful princess? A ballad about a queen of thieves? How about a new story, Shireen? Once upon a time, there was a little girl who lived on a sand-covered lump of rock. And the core of that rock contained untold riches for servants of the Imperium.
Well!
The girl scraped out those riches with her little hands, breaking her back and coughing up her lungs, on behalf of people who had never clapped eyes upon her, and who would never know her name. She did this every day until she turned 16. And then his servants came and drafted the girl into the 19th Ifrit Regiment. Can you imagine? Of course, the regiment was wiped out on its first sortie. But the girl survived. The exalted one protects. So what was next? Years serving in the Astra Militarium, just a shitload of hard labor, and fighting, and deals, and shady connections, and new opportunities. But everything in this world ends sooner or later, Shireen. The now not-so-little girl went and fell in with the Kasbalika. She saved up a little gold, and she even indulged in excess from time to time. Until living a good life almost cost the little girl her head.
It's hard to say no to Jay.
Got caught in an internal investigation between the Officio Prefectus and Departamento Munitorum. So the girl ran as fast as her little legs could carry her, until her eyes and the beams of fortune brought her to the Expanse.
Kill.
A shitty story, all things considered, Shireen.
I knew you were no princess.
Oh, really, Shireen? And there I thought you were quite ready to believe my time-honed thespian performance.
Where'd you learn to read and write?
Ah, literacy. My blessing and my curse. I nagged every highborn who visited our barracks on their highborn business. I pored over stamps on crates in the warehouse and the seals on every door. Watched the commanders do paperwork and volunteered to help. That's how I learned, one step at a time. And then literacy became my ticket to a comfortable life.
Was there anything you didn't lie to me about?
Oh, so many things, Shireen. I'm struggling to keep track of them all. I told you the truth about the Expanse, and not a single word of it was a lie. What I told you about footfall and Vladium and how we do business in these parts, all true.
Okay.
Don't get me wrong, the apple of my weary eye. There are two things in this life that I dislike. Looking back at the past and having someone pry into my soul without asking. Like I had a choice, Sherry.
Thank you for your answers.
I know better than to bite the hand that pours my amasak.
Return to your duties.
Sir, yes, sir. Your lordship, Sherry. I'll be here. I'll prime.
I don't care about this. If I know her secret now, we also have like blackmail on her. How you become noble in the first place, right? Yeah, that's always the question. Damrock adjusts his jacket before addressing you. Now then, Lord Captain, shall we get back to business? We have a number of items to go over. First and foremost, I have news. I just love this skull just coming in and like docking itself there. So funny. I have news about your subjects. In the time you were gone, the servants of House von Valancius have toiled tirelessly in your service for the benefit of the entire trade protectorate. Your devotees continue the work in spreading the word of the great beacon. Hi. There are more and more people in the von Valancius protectorate who have accepted the new faith as the one true belief. The followers of the old cult are either hunted down or forced into hiding. The great beacon. The Expanse is in flames, your lordship. Squadrons and smaller groups of despicable Drukhari raid our system. The cult of the Final Dawn has emerged in full force, wreaking havoc everywhere. We've heard rumors of the fall of Santhiel Pride's House Quarta's world, an outrageous sacrilege given how abundant and inexpensive Promethium is there. Strife has broken out between House Winterscale and House Quarta. Chaos reigns everywhere. Yes! Success! Only the esteemed Lord Inquisitor is trying to fight it, concentrating all available forces at footfall to draw them into a fist that will smash the rampaging heretics and Xenos vermin. What about our worlds? The heretics' malicious acts make it difficult to maintain astropathic contact with the colonies. The cult of the Final Dawn strikes everywhere, and their sleeper agents are active on every planet. On Vabos, a mutiny was crushed after a group of newly arrived prisoners succumbed to the blasphemous propaganda, but other worlds stand firm against the onslaught of the enemies of humanity and do not succumb to their pernicious influence. What kind of Xenos are attacking us? Drukhari. Squadrons large and smaller invading the Expanse, unleashing carnage on planet and taking captives by the thousands. As if something has poked their nest, if they will, and now they are lashing out. Xavier Calcazar is leading the defense. The esteemed Lord Inquisitor Calcazar has declared himself Warden of the Expanse and issued orders to requisition troops. He's made Footfall his base of operations as if it was the most logistically convenient point. From there, his fleet strikes throughout the Expanse, destroying the forces of the Cult of the Final Dawn and the abominable Drukhari. He may be all that currently stands in the way of the Expanse being reduced to ashes. When heretics laid siege to Euphrates II, the hallowed forge of the Cognizant's fleet, the Lord Inquisitor sent an enormous force, and now they and the Explorer squadrons are called from the front lines, standing together against the heretics in the battle for the sacred planet. What about the strife between Incendia and Caligos Winterscale? When the esteemed Lord Inquisitor called upon the rogue traders to join forces, Incendia Quarta heeded the summons while Winterscale ignored it. Rumor has it that his refusal was defiant in manner and served as a pretext for Lady Quarta to declare war on House Winterscale. Yeah, that's just what the galaxy needed. Another war here. Winterscale's ships are being hunted, and his worlds occupied under the pretense of compelling them to submit to the Imperial Creed. Surprisingly, for all his love of fighting, Winterscale is in no hurry to defend his domain. According to the intercepted astropath messages, he and his retinue are currently on Quetzar Timar, hunting down a Xenos fleet, Aldari by all appearances. Anything else I need to know? Lord Captain, during your absence, the retinue has seemed to change. The esteemed Master Anthar will no longer be able to accompany you. According to a message from the Adeptus Arbites, he has been discharged and is currently an overseer on Vabos 6. However, Prefect Voltar has informed me that you have the authority to challenge that decision and have Master Anthar reinstated. Solomorn's been discharged. Why? The Adeptus Arbiter tasked him with a mission of some sort, as far as I know, ended in failure, leading to him being deemed unworthy of his rank and unfit to serve you. I'd like to note that the Cyber Mastiff is still on board. Due to the damage the dog sustained on Thessera, Master Anthar left it in care of your tech priests. I heard there was an implant malfunction. The servants of the Omnissiah has patched up the creature, but they've also warned that a final synchronization of its implants with those of Master Anthar is required before the Cyber Mastiff can be considered fully repaired. I'll collect him in person. I mostly just want to do that quest. I will send a request to have Master Anthar reinstated. I have good news to share as well. Preparations for the deployment of the Heartless have been completed. The ship is fully operational and ready to perform the duties that you have sent it out for. There have been other minor developments. If you wish, I will gladly bring you up to speed on the bridge. I don't want to take any more time away. Cool. They've updated a bunch of the stuff with the Heartless. The Heartless is actually meant to appear in Act 2 now with the new patch, but... do we really want a dogmatic corpse lover who works for the law enforcement back in our team? I just want to know, you know, what's going on with the dog, mostly. I want to know what the dog doing. Lord Captain, allow me to make a request, a personal one. While you were away, the choir master received an astropathic message from Dargonis. It concerns my family. The Warsarians have been accused of treason against House von Valancius. Your family have shown their true colors at last. I can't say this to Abelard. I can't do it to him, man. How is it possible? I cannot comprehend it. The Warsarians have served the Rogue Trader dynasty loyally for generations. It's hard to admit, but the news has come as a crushing blow. The accusations were leveled by or on behalf of the Drive Stems, the governing house. Under normal circumstances, the investigation would have required your involvement, and my entire family would have been... but being of noble stock, the Warsarians are entitled under an ancient custom to petition for a rogue trader's personal protection once in a generation. Your personal protection, Lord Captain. He raises his gaze to you. Do not deny us that honor, I implore you. What if your family is guilty? Then the traitors will accept their due punishment. I have never relied on my position as immunity guarantee, and I will not try to sway your decision as long as it is fair and balanced. All right. We'll take part in the investigation. Again, it's a quest. I want to do the quests. Lore method for making it you can't just have the cyber massive. His dog is the only dog that isn't bugged. Me and my friend had separate runs, and we both had the doggo on our main character and both bugged out after the latest patch. Stopped following orders. Oh, I have seen some stuff where Act 3 is like breaking pets. But we didn't really have an issue at all with either of ours. So I'm curious about it. Still in Act 2. Weird. Well, you know, Owlcat Games, right? They fix one thing, they break another. Adira hurriedly enters the study, sniffing and hunching her shoulders. She looks haggard. There's bags under her eyes. Her hair is disheveled and her hands quiver slightly. With some effort, she focuses her eyes on you and forces a smile. Lord Captain, I wanted to thank you for not leaving me with that sick homunculus, and I'm sorry if I said a bunch of things I shouldn't have said. I was pretty out of it. You just don't know what it's like to finally be alone with your own thoughts, and it wasn't easy to give that up and believe it was just another trap set by Xenos. I'm also a psyker, Adira. Thanks to you, things are back the way they've always been. The doors cracked open and my dear old whispers are back to torture me, the rascals. You know, I didn't come here to get all teary-eyed and grateful on you. It's something important, something about my whispers. They've been having interesting visions, and I feel like how we deal with those visions is going to decide my fate. I know it sounds dramatic, but I'm being dead serious. I keep having the same vision over and over again. I'm walking down a corridor and there's a door at the end, and I know that right behind that door is blissful silence. All I've got to do is reach out and open it. So I touch it with my fingers and I can feel the cold, rough metal, and then suddenly I snap out of it and I find myself staring at the wall in some compartment. I look behind me, all the doors on the way are open, and I have no memory of how I got there. Lord Captain, I'll cut to the chase. Help me find that door. I'm not joking, this is a matter of life and death. My gut tells me it's the last chance to deal with my powers, and if I don't... Yeah, we'll find this door. I don't have to ask her questions. Thank you, Lord Captain. I knew you wouldn't leave me in a bind. As soon as I sense we're close, I'll let you know right away. Hope that door is full of demons. Jay? My network of trade representatives has been stretched a little too thin, like a chiffon dress on a whore. Supplies are all over the place. Orders aren't being filled. Clients are kicked off, and not without reason. Revenue is plummeting. My guys running things on Footfall have been incommunicado, and an astropathic message has finally come to tell me why. Some ashmags have captured my gang, and they're threatening to kill every last one of those hard-grafting whelps. They only want one thing, my Mercatum Tabula Officiale, in exchange for my gang's lives. I'm not going to give up my certificate for anything, nor am I going to leave my guys high and dry. I'm begging you for your help and protection. Who sent the message? Just a stream of images they don't know. I don't need the name, I already know it. It's got Velko, Stench, or Vladum. Could be a bluff. It could, but I've been missing the familiar stench of the docks and Darlene Octi and her bar. I'm homesick. Why should I help you? It seems you've reached the limit of your abilities. If the intoxicating feeling of your own magnanimity isn't enthralling enough, I will remind you of more mundane but less significant concerns. My network is falling apart because someone threw a spanner in my well-oiled machine, and a few more for good measure. If we don't remove this, the network will not recover, and all the resources you've invested will have gone down the drain. All right, then I'll help. I look forward to that day. We might be heretics, but saying those words to Abelard was heresy even for us. I couldn't do it, right? I just couldn't. It's hard to tame that spaghetti code. Truth. Truer things never said. Uh-oh. Slither all you like, heretic spawn, but you will never leave this ship unscathed. Are you saying this to me, Argenta? The bridge is enveloped in unusual silence. The officers on duty are huddling in the corners, looking curiously at what's transpiring. Observe silently. Catching sight of you, the curious crew members dash to their posts, leaving only the senior officers in the middle of the bridge. How long are you going to tolerate this filth on your ship, biggest turg? This fell traitor has dragged you into darkness once, who almost left your protectorate without its sovereign? Those present nod wordlessly, but don't dare interfere. Now this is a fine spectacle. The inhuman gets what she deserves. Let us all watch and laugh. Your wonderful path has led you to a rather thorny situation, cousin. You refused to beg for mercy in Kamara, and now you'll have to lick the boots of a monkey. Urlit does not react to the curses being slung at her. With an imperturbable expression, she watches the crowd before her and turns his gaze to you. Anyone else want to share their thoughts? You know, Lord Captain, I will support any order you give, but to keep the Xenos in the retinue, especially after everything that has transpired because of you, it would not be wise. I don't know, Lord Captain. You can punish her, but, you know, death is permanent. It's not like we were stuck in Komorra forever, you know. The heinous behavior pattern of the Xeno entity and of the specimens similar to her statistically leads to unfavorable and unpredictable outcomes. She does not deserve death. For her, it would be a release from her sorrowful lot of being an unclean Xenos. But we do deserve her death as payment for that, what we have endured. I think you've forgotten who gives the orders on this ship. How dare you burst onto the bridge and make demands of me? The one who points out a mistake shall be rewarded for the truth. But if you do not wish to see the truth, remain among the blind. Everyone present timidly averts their eyes. Speaking up against you is definitely not part of the plan. Do you not really care about what happened, or are you trying to conceal your true feelings again? I'm sorry that my mistake led anyone along the dark paths of the city. I can see their pain and rage, I understand, but words and pity will not help them. Only time and perhaps revenge, which will dull their pain for a little while. You've taken away the chance for revenge, Alantok, and all we can do now is wait. It's time to get back to work. Until we meet again, may the darkness scatter into a myriad of new stars before you. We are officially the furthest I've ever been in the game. This is where I saved last time, and I've gone no further. It's all brand new from here on out for me. As we start up Act 4, it's the perfect time to put in a save. And come join us back in the next video. Until then!